Hello and welcome to another episode of What's in My Pack, where we talk about what you need to have in your pack before your next outdoor adventure. I'm Josiah Wade with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and joining us today is avid outdoors woman Laura Briggs. Laura's been a member of the OhioDNR team for quite a few years in a variety of capacities, but she also spends a lot of time in the outdoors. And today she's going to talk to us about the 5 C's of survivability. First off, what are the 5 C's?
Dave Canterbury, fellow Ohioan from Jackson, Ohio, has his Pathfinder school. This is something he believes in, and I learned it and have employed it and used it out on the trail. It's a great method to use.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it. Let's check out what you have in your pack, Laura.
All right. So the 5 C's of survivability are 5 items that you want in your backpack, or I want in my backpack, when I'm going to go out on more of an adventurous, maybe wilderness type day in the outdoors. So not only is this going to help you with your core body temperature, these are also going to help you with conserving hydration and conserving calories.
Okay.
So let's get to it.
Yeah.
The first item here is your knife. You want a good cutting tool. So a good cutting tool, if it's the only of the 5 C's you have with you, it's going to help you reproduce the remaining 4 that we're going to talk about.
So what I'm hearing is the knife is probably the most important of all these.
It is, It is. All right, so next, equally important in your 5 C's bag is combustion device. Now, we're talking about how to make fire, and make fire a lighter is going to be your easiest way. Obviously, right away you've got flame. But if you have fallen and you crush this and the fuel disappears, if it gets wet and it's not working, you need a backup.
Yeah.
And in that case, I carry what's called a ferrocerium rod. And what you do, most of these rods, when you get them, they come with a striker, carbon striker, and this is going to create your spark, whether it's wet or dry. In any condition, you're going to be able to start your fire. Now, of course, you're also going to want to have ready, when you do that, you're going to want to have your tinder ready.
And certainly dry tinder.
Correct. You want to have that ready to go to feed that fire. Next is cover. Again, that's key to core temperature. I'm displaying this on one piece of cover.
Okay.
It's a mylar, or some people call it space blanket. And here is a smaller, more compact mylar you can wrap up in this. And you can also use it to create shelter. Shelter from sun, from wind, from rain, whatever it is.
Okay.
Again, maintaining your core temperature is important.
Yes.
You don't have to have just one of these items. Good maxim to remember is this: 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So if you have 2 of something and you lose it, you still have 1.
Yeah.
If you only have 1 and you lose it, you have none.
Gotcha.
So take more than 1 item is the best way to go. Next is container. The next 5 C is container. This is a stainless steel, single-walled container. You can use it over fire. Now, I'll fill this up with water first, but I need to stay hydrated. And plastic bottles are great, but they don't work over fire. And you need to be able to safely drink and cook, potentially. You see, I've used it once or twice.
Clearly, yeah. So you can't rely on just the water you've put in there. You might go through that and need to replenish with, natural water from a stream or river and clean it up.
And there are, people take life straws, and those are great. But life straws can't cook food. So if you find something to eat, if you're one of those people who really knows how to use a snare, or you're collecting berries, something, you could cook it in there.
Okay.
Next, the final 5 C is cordage. And you can have a variety of different types. This is called tarred bank line. This is paracord, very popular and very good. They're all good pieces to have. And you're going to use that to create a ridge line between 2 trees or some other very stable foundation, anchor. But you also need to know a couple knots. The 2 that I like are the bowline or bowline knot that you create. This is not going to slip.
Okay.
And you can put this around the tree, and when you do that, you pull it around. The other knot that I use when I do that is called a trucker's hitch. Okay. And it actually is based on a variety of slip knots. But once it's done correctly, it creates a very taut line, and then you can go ahead and start your cover using the either one of these two items that you can set up.
Okay, wow.
And then when you're safely rescued, you can just undo that slip knot and get back to your base camp.
Wow.
So these are the 5 things I carry in my backpack. These are the core, and you may want something else in there. Take your granola bar, you know, there's nothing wrong with taking as extra things.
Yeah.
But you want these in your backpack when you're about to go out into a wilderness situation and enjoying a day in the outdoors.
Learn more about what you should have in your pack at OhioDNR.gov. Have fun, be adventurous, and most importantly, be safe out there. We'll see you next time for What's in My Pack.
All right, so Josiah, here's how we're going to create a ritual.